Well, we have a couple rounds of thunderstorms. The first comes in tonight, and another develops Friday that could bring severe weather to eastern Minnesota, and then a cooler weekend with more rain possible Sunday. So the latest drought monitor came out Thursday morning and looks largely unchanged. Not a whole lot of difference here. Some subtle differences in the extreme drought across parts of Crow Wing and Aitkin counties. So Brainerd to Aitkin, one of the extreme drought areas, as well as St. Cloud, and then down by Rochester. All of the Twin Cities remains in severe drought. Pretty much very little change. 80% of Minnesota still in drought, but we've got some rain chances here ahead. Pretty vigorous upper level low into western Canada, and then this trough extends south of that. This is cool air aloft and generates some spin, some upward lift. This is going to be the focus for some storm development. The first round today is going to be in mainly South Dakota, the severe threat that is. Aberdeen, Sioux Falls, even parts of western Minnesota, slight risk, level 2 out of 5 of severe storms. But then as those storms move east, they're going to generally weaken overnight tonight. But tomorrow, the redevelopment, eastern Minnesota, the Twin Cities, Brainerd, down to Rochester, into western Wisconsin. That's our turn for some potential severe weather late Friday afternoon into the evening hours. Both cases are a high wind threat and some large hail. So the first spoke of energy aloft comes through late today. The second one with the upper level low closer to it is going to be moving in as we head into late Friday. So those are going to create those two rounds of storms. Tonight's activity also will be fed by this low level jet stream. Winds at about 4,000 feet up, roaring at 50, 60, even 70 miles an hour, transporting moisture that helps to feed the storms that do develop. So we're going to see probably a large area of storms develop, and then also some dry air in the middle layers of the atmosphere punching into the back of these storms, both later today, but then also with the storms tomorrow. And that's a key component to getting some severe wind gusts or those downburst winds. You want that cool, dry air in the middle layers of the atmosphere. It comes into the storm, and then as it hits that moisture, rain and hail all evaporates within that cool, dry air, and that causes the air to plunge to the ground as it cools pretty rapidly, and that creates those severe downburst winds. You want lots of moisture in the low levels, but dry air moving in to the middle layers of the atmosphere. So the energy today and instability for storms at Cape is going to be mostly eastern South Dakota. That's why we have a relatively small area of that slight risk of severe weather, and then it drops off pretty quickly as it moves east. So the strongest storms are going to be these that develop in the late afternoon, evening hours. And then we'll have a line of probably lingering strong storms into western Minnesota, but then diminishing more as they move east. So mainly rain and thunder for eastern Minnesota with the severe threat further west. And it does look as though that's where we'll see those highest wind gusts. This is just one model in particular creating those severe gusts over 60 miles an hour, eastern South Dakota, and then they do lighten up as that line of storms moves east. Still produce some gusty winds, but maybe below the severe criteria. And then tomorrow, a little bit more widespread area of instability and energy for storms as we heat up during the day tomorrow, and then that second round of upper level energy comes in. We're going to see more storms develop late afternoon, evening hours, north central Minnesota, including the Twin Cities, western Wisconsin. These are going to be some initially strong storms with those high wind gust threat and large hail, and then those will track east. So again, we are looking at the potential for some pretty strong to severe wind gusts in that late afternoon, evening time frame here, anywhere for the eastern half of Minnesota into western Wisconsin, and really across the state of Wisconsin into Friday evening and the overnight. We get a break Saturday. It's going to be sunny, and then another system brings more widespread showers and some thunderstorms possible Sunday into Sunday night. Might see a little moisture linger into Monday morning. The European model keeps this thing around a little longer than the other models, so it's possible, but either way, we should clear out by the afternoon, hopefully Monday. We also have some cooler temperatures ahead, probably just 70s Sunday, Monday. Otherwise, those temperatures are generally pretty close to normal, but more active pattern at least. Maybe not enough rain, but frequency of rain definitely on the increase.